Something about the IE is going on, especially with Ryan Garcia. Yeah, IE.
Oh,
fool.
yeah, he's IE.
That was being smoked out.
Should we just chalk this all up to him being from the IE? Shout out to the IE.
Actually,
but
yeah. That would make a lot of
that
sense.
makes a great explanation that I
Yeah.
don't think people are taking into account. This is an IE fool talking.
IE brain.
Does
It
he
happens.
live out in IE or he was
He's
from there.
from Victor.
Adelanto. Adelanto, right?
Adelanto?
He's from Adelanto, California?
Victorville.
Yeah.
I feel like we
Around
should
there.
fact check.
Yes,
But
so-
this was being a smoker, Angie.
He is, but I don't know if he's being a smoker, but this fool has been spiraling for like weeks now.
That's a
I
great
know.
word.
Yes.
Yeah,
Spiraling.
Yeah, because he's just been going video after video, not video
Yeah.
after video, but like tweets after tweets talking about it. All started like I think on the press conference, Letty, that I know you saw
In LA, yeah.
in LA, that he
Avalon.
comes out walking out and he comes out like a circus, like you described it, Letty.
And low-key, that stuff is usual for him and for boxers. They're going to show out. They're going to be weird. They're going to do extras to intimidate. For him specifically, he said he's a troll. So, like, he wants to troll Devin Haney. That's why he came out to the Diddy song wearing a shirt with Diddy and Devin Haney. That part, low-key, as weird as it is, it's kind of like normal in boxing or like we understand it. It's the stuff that happened after that's getting kind of...
Yeah. So then afterwards, it was like he posted up a video where supposedly he was saying that he got killed, that he got his throat slit, and that he was dead. And he started posting like the number 666.
Yeah, it was someone else's. Supposedly, it's supposed to be someone that robbed him. Typing, had taken his phone.
Yeah.
Say that Ryan is dead whatsoever. Obviously not true, right?
Yeah.
He had to come out and he explained it to that he's trolling. But now after that, he keeps saying things like, you know what? They watched me. They had me watch kids getting and doing like weird allegations going after.
Like, just,
The
yeah.
elite.
Very uncomfortable.
But yes,
100%.
he's been coming out with like some weird takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been even saying, look, this
That's
can
not
show
that.
you. Look, he's been like referencing Alex Jones and like InfoWars and saying like the stuff that he says is correct. And that dude got sued for like millions of dollars for like spreading false information. Even right now it says relevant people and it says like they're right next to each other now. Ryan and Alex Jones on our screen. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I know you guys, like Letty, you were saying, like, I know it's part of the troll and he's trying to promote a fight, but it's like, there's like
There's like levels to everything.
that, and it's like, you don't play with things that, such as like saying like, oh, kids getting things like that. Even if you're a troll, like there's just a fine line, boundaries of like what you should troll and what you shouldn't be trolling. You troll about getting killed. Not true. Now you're trolling about kids getting that you're watching them.
I don't know that he's trolling, so I don't want to say that he's.
So to me,
it's
that's
alleged.
how I,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
To
it's
him, that happened, or at
Yeah.
least he's presenting that happened.
Letty, have you ever seen this level of like?
We all gotta be serious about.
Yeah.
certain-
Yeah, no. So what I'm saying is like, have you ever like? I mean, you're a huge fan of boxing. We're like micro fans to where like we watch with like it's really big fights.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen this level of like where a boxer kind of takes it to
a different level.
like?
Well,
a
what I'm
different
telling
ro-
you guys, the theatrics is probably in boxing, just like how in WWE those fools play it up.
Yeah.
Like, and I go and not to say he's like Tyson, but Tyson will talk about eating your brains. Like like Tyson bit a guy.
Yeah, his
You
ear
know what I'm
off.
saying? Like the boxing gets off a little bit. You know, we love Teofimo, but Teofimo is can be crazy.
Oh, I saw it firsthand.
Yeah. But I think that this is besides that. This is Ryan outside of boxing.
Yeah.
That's like, to me, it's weird because it's like, this is not even worth talking. Like, to me, this is not boxing. This is not you versus Devin Haney. This is you taking it a weird, very odd level. And that's why people are thinking that he's spiraling, that he's having a
mental crisis.
a crisis.
yeah.
See, to me, I was taking it like this is all for promo to promote his fight. And it's the wrong type of promo that he's trying to get the attention from.
Well, it's not even promoting the fight.
It's not, but it's getting his.
No,
people's
it's
attention.
promoting himself, you know? Because no
Yeah.
one's like,
That's what I
wow,
was gonna say.
he's crazy. I'm going to buy tickets. Like, that's not selling
Yeah.
tickets.
If anything,
No one's
if
going to
any-
be like, I want to watch. If anything, people are like, I'm not going to buy tickets because this was not showing up. They're going to arrest him,
Yeah.
put him in a psycho ward or something like that.
and also he's becoming a huge brand risk.
Yeah.
To where like I said, his allegations, his alleges, that's on him, right? Like, and this goes back to a lot of the things where I would say, like, when it comes to the God shit, I feel like he overused it. And I'm not saying that people can't go crazy, fool. Like, I mean, this is a kid that's been famous his whole life. You know, I'm not saying that things get harsh sometimes, and I'm not saying you can't be normal, but like, at some point it feels like the fake death, fool. Like, dick. Like, why would you do that? What if, like, you probably have an abuelita that doesn't know anything. Imagine the first thing she hears, or like friends and family, or even like the shit about like the baby mamas and your ex-girlfriend. And I get it, like, if it's funny, like, I feel like we all have a good understanding about funny.
Yeah.
Like, I think like Matt Rice's girl bringing out all his exes to her live podcast show.
Right.
Funny. Like, cool, we'll talk.
Well, I think the funny is subjective, and I think that he's from your age, where I think you guys are testing the boundaries of what's trolling. Because if I try to tell you, hey, there's a certain thing not to do, you're going to feel, don't censor me. I can go as far as I want. I can say whatever I want. That's what he's saying. Like, I could take this, I could push this to wherever. And unfortunately, the boundaries that he's reaching are really horrible boundaries. But for the specific of, like, the getting killed,
Yeah.
that kind of ties back to Devin Haney. That's the only thing that I would say is like a Devin Haney thing, because when Devin Haney and his dad were on stage at the LA press conference, they said the Ryan you know today, we're gonna kill the Ryan you know today. Like, it's gonna be the death of Ryan Garcia as you know it. That's what they were saying. Devin Haney, his opponent, and his opponent's dad were saying that. So I think that he was trolling off that. But unless you know, like, y'all are the general public.
Yeah.
And I don't mean y'all like, but like other people,
Yeah.
and so they're not understanding it. I think the only thing that could be tied to the quote unquote boxing is that, because then he kind of came back like, yeah, I'm a new man type of thing. Like, so it's similar to, like, he even mentioned Devin Haney. Devin Haney was right or something. It was the death of me, stuff like that. But the other stuff, and you know, like, he did a spaces on Twitter with Andrew Tate. Is that his name?
Yeah.
And so with these things that he's saying that happened to him, because just like there's people that are feeling this is a troll, rightfully so, there's also people that are like, he's speaking facts. This is like, he's finally saying it, right? So I'm assuming Andrew Tate has some sort of connection with Ryan, because he got him on spaces and Andrew talks to him like it's crazy when Andrew Tate is the voice of reason.
Yeah.
But he was the voice of reason with Ryan, and he was like, hey, I understand all you're saying about the Bohemian Grove, about the things that you saw, but you're gonna have to put it where people can't question you. Is there proof? Is there video? When are you showing it? How are you showing it? Give us a timeline. What date was it? Who took you there? Things like, because you have to sound coherent. Otherwise, you're just like, yeah, I saw this thing and then they did this to me, and blah, blah, blah. You sound like someone that's walking down the street, crazy, just talking to themselves, right?
Yeah, like this. Yeah, okay, so.
And Ryan left. Like, Ryan did not provide the coherent.
Yeah, he said, I have all the
stream.
proof. It's in my phone, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to show you. Like, he did one of those things.
That's
like,
and
it's just, it makes him way less credible, which people are already questioning him so much, because it's like just an odd pattern of behavior for months. Like, when it started with like, to me, it kind of, I mean, it probably dated before that, but for me, when I got on the radar, like, he's acting kind of strange, is when he announced that he had a baby and then that he was divorcing his girl.
Oh, that was back in December.
And that was like, that's odd. Like,
January.
you know, it's just not the most, you know, normal thing for a person to do, a public person. Like, he could have kept a lot of those things to himself, but he kind of wanted to announce it. Then he's like publicly shooting his shot. A lot of those things, like, they remind me of like the type of behavior like Antonio Brown and players that played in the NFL have gone through. And when it takes it there, it's like, that people say like, oh, CTE.
Right.
And Antonio Brown's even made light of it. Like, everything now, his like CT ESPN, this is my brand. He pokes fun at himself. But I think might be a serious case of that, because it's just like that behavior that it's like, bro, can you just stop? And then they don't.
And this is my thing, right? Like, I think we're having the argument, and I was telling the homies, I'm like, Ryan hasn't been hit a lot in his head. And I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that
that can't happen.
Yeah, because he's usually the
Ryan's good. Yeah,
the dominant fighter, the super, and I'm not saying that. I mean, I've heard, I know stories about kids that got a soccer ball hit him in the head and they fell asleep and died and never woke up again. So I'm not saying it can't happen. All I'm saying that is like, as reasonable we're trying to be with Vic said, it's meant like, okay, you go on and say that, right?
Yeah.
You go on and say that, but like, prove it, like, cause then now it just sounds like you're trolling, and then you're trolling about like, cool, if you troll about a bitch and you're,
it's distasteful when you're doing something so serious
and sensitive,
and you're saying those things and you don't, and I think that's where his homie in Andrew Tate is saying like, bro, I'm with you. I know some shit that regular people don't know. But when you say these things, you have to say them in a cohesive manner so people understand what you're saying, and it doesn't look. Otherwise, you're just any other crazy person talking.
Yeah. So that,
And it's so easy for people to like. Not validate someone that or make it just not work for somebody, right?
People don't want to believe it already. People don't want to believe that bad things are happening to innocent kids or whatever he's alleging, right?
which we know it happens in the world, like as
and
sad
but
as
we
it is.
don't want to believe it. So when we do hear about it, it's like, okay, we'll provide the proof because I don't want to believe it unless I see this or hear this or whatever.
Right.
Yes.
And one thing I know about boxing, no one's in boxing that had everyone in boxing has a fight. They're not just fighting in the ring. They fought hard in life. Like, no one's origin story was like, yeah, I just felt like punching. And then, that's not... Something triggers a boxer to become a boxer, at least the main ones that we know. Like, we know the story of Tyson and what he went through as a little kid. Oscar, this doesn't, like Bernard Hopkins, this doesn't happen to just someone regular just picks up gloves, right?
Yeah.
Especially the guys that kind of take it to the extent that they have. So one, we already know something happened in his life. Something built him up to be this way, right? Two, he's from this age. Not to keep pointing at you, but he's from the age of, as much as you thought it was weird about the posting, he does that. Like, that's a Ryan thing to do.
Yeah.
That's a DoKnow thing to do. Like, hit on a girl or say this or say that. Like, he's just someone that's open about it. He's just not a private person in that sense. Like, that's him.
No.
So there's all of the elements. And he is a troll.
No, he's a troll.
And he's a troll to where he's going to stick to the bit. He's going to commit to it. It's like the Jake Paul stuff. Understanding Jake Paul comes from YouTube and the vlogs, and I always tell you guys, they would make up vlog titles, but they would really commit to it. Like, he had a beef with his brother when they first started doing the vlogs. They were doing diss songs to each other. One was dating the other one's girl. All of that was, I wouldn't say scripted, but it was understood.
Manufactured.
But on screen or on YouTube, it was for real. And so even Ryan hating on Jake Paul, I know that's fake too. Yeah. Like, he doesn't really hate on him. He just understands, this is their...
Entertainment, show business, hey, Vic. Show business.
Yeah, but this is how they play the world. Like, they set their narrative, even as weird as it is.
I think that's why I'm a cool 24-year-old.
Why? Because you know how to troll?
No, I think you could be like Ryan Garcia, fool. You we like you better when you're making dances and fighting your bag without doing. But I think you took it to like I said, the girl shit is cool, fool. Hit on all your exes, fool. You got it. Get on these bitches, do it up, fool. Go dance, go get I'm not saying don't do that. I do that.
Right.
But I think when how Letty was saying, how Vic was saying, when you go and take such a sensitive subject and make it part of and who knows, right? Because let's just say in 2-3 months after the fight or whatever, he comes out you guys, I was just joking.
Right.
Damn,
that's horrible.
That's kind of a little fucked up way to joke with, don't you think?
So much damage. You can't just
and this
take
is the
it back.
thing. This is where the conflict is arising, right? You guys saw the Oscar de la Hoya doc or no?
I didn't see it. I heard it was really sad though.
Golden Boy, right?
Yeah.
So he talks about how he was in the Olympics and then he won at the Olympics. He got interviewed and his mom had passed away of cancer. So he kind of did an interview where he's like, yeah, before she died, she told me that she wanted me to win gold, right? That was a lie. She didn't really say that. Him and his mom didn't fuck with each other. But they took that and they made that his branding. That's why he's the golden boy, because he won gold at the Olympics and he did it because he did it for his mom. So he talks about in his doc that his whole career is based on that lie, and he's had to live with having to prove that lie, having to hide behind it and make it up like it's real, right? So let's say this is where the conflict is for what this will. It's crazy how much he's like Oscar.
Yeah.
That if it's a lie, he has to stick to it. Because imagine if Oscar came out and said, my mom didn't really tell me that. At that time, that was your whole branding, your whole marketing.
Yeah.
Is my mom died, and before she died, she told me to win the gold for her. Yeah. Right? So if this fool had, he kind of has to stand by that lie. Yeah. And that's probably going to be even worse.
Yeah, and he better hope that...
If it's a lie.
Yeah. And he better hope, if it's a lie, that conspiracy theorists can fund the rest of his career, because he's putting a lot of people off right now.
He is.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you have to sell hard tickets in boxing. And that's the main objective.
And
pay-per-view.
I'm not the biggest fan of Ryan, but he's also he's probably a real cool fool, right? Like I don't like the antics. I just think he's a fucking high now sometimes. Like, fool your girl. But I get it, show business. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But like, fool, get it together, dick. Like, you're cute, fool. You get bitches, and I'm not saying life's harder than being cute and getting bitches and getting money, but like. Like, fool, right now is when you really need to go to church if you're not really going. I seen that you posted that you were at church, but
Yeah.
it seemed like it was a promo post. You were tagging everybody that was there.
But who?
And
That's his life. So, but then if he doesn't, then we're like, you're not going. Like, we add to it too. Like, as much as we're like, I wonder and explain, we feed it. Because we feed him hate. We feed him troll back. Like, everyone is like, if we really give a fuck, like, it's not about, like, I don't know, we kind of just regurgitate. We help that cycle of fuck shit. But because we're as responsible as like any other factor that adds to him. It's like we're throwing a rock at him, and then if he starts juggling the rocks, but we keep throwing, like, he's doing something with what we're giving him too.
Yeah, it's just not fun to talk shit about him no more. I'm like,
and I think like
That's how I feel.
I'm like, man, I used to like
clowning
coming
you.
up here and clowning. And I'm like, for you kind of, it's kind of like when you're clowning on somebody, y luego they clown back, and then you go back, and then they take it too far. You're like, I don't want to play with you no more, bro. You're just like.
We know firsthand how toxic comments can be, and it's just like it's part of it clearly is what he's doing, but there's no healthy person on the other side either.
Yeah,
they're fanning the flames.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what he needs time away. And what I've seen is he's sparring and doing all that. He went away to camp last week.
Yeah, so he is training on that sense.
The fool needs to stay in camp.
But even being like in camp, it's like you can't be isolating yourself. He just had a kid, so of course he wants to be with the baby. It's just, to me,
I don't know if he wants to be with the baby.
Well, that's how
He
I
has
see
3
it.
babies.
I know, but this is like his first.
That fool got postpartum.
Son.
And he didn't even have the kid. Fuck, that's not a joke. Ladies, if you have oh, fuck, that got dark. Okay, let me explain this real quick. Okay, because shout out my homegirls, man. I clown on them a lot, and a lot of them deal with and I always make fun of them, but they always tell me that, like, bro, all the times you would come to the house and just talk shit to me, but you were always there. They're like, it was like, it made me always like, but I didn't, like, I never realized how real that shit was.
Yeah.
Till one time I caught one of the homegirls fat after she had a baby, and like, she was just not having it.
No, it's real. I think maybe, I mean, not like a postpartum, obviously, because that's like.
And if you've ever had that, ladies, I wish
like,
you nothing but the best in love.
Yeah.
This is just me being a dick.
Yeah, I think anybody can get like depressed after a big event in their life, good or bad. Because sometimes, like, you reach the mountaintop of your dreams, and then you realize, like, damn, I'm still not happy. And then people just get really sad. You know, so that could be a kid. Like, I just had my 3rd kid. I should be happy. Why am I not happy right now? You know, so that could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be postpartum, but like kind of along those lines, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
A lot of things, like,
Yeah.
what people think of him matters to him. He's human, right?
Yeah, facts.
Him losing to Tank means a lot to him, especially in the optics of, look at how everybody's like, if he doesn't have an O, he's like, let's count him out. In boxing, motherfuckers have O's. Motherfuckers have losses. Canelo has losses. Chavez has losses. Like, they're still great, but he's of the crop that he has to stay undefeated. He lost. He was embarrassed. That is a big changing point to someone that's used to winning. Someone that's used to knocking fools out, like talking shit and being the pretty boy. Yeah. That fucked with him. The Oscar Duarte fight fucked with him because he feels like my own promotional company, they're rooting against me. That happens to him. He has a baby. He's not with the girl. They're probably going through drama and trouble. And then he's being a man. He's probably succumbing to the lust of who he is, how much money he makes.
Yeah.
That stuff is taken, like, as much as like it's fun to be a playboy. I'm sure it's fun to be out in these streets. That takes from you.
Nah.
Giving different girls attention, whatever you're feeding something.
Yeah.
Just like girls are feeding something when they're insecure. Guys, you guys are feeding something when you guys are talking to different bitches, when you're fucking around, when you're out drinking, when you're out never home. You guys are trying to cope with some shit.
Yeah.
Right? Beyond just partying. I understand. But you got to think that stuff is all accumulating. And then he has a fight and no one is really like it's not turning out well for him.
Yeah.
Like, low-key, when we were talking about how when the fight started, Haney had a little like chip in his armor because we don't feel like he really beat Lomachenko. Yeah. And then Ryan is because it's Ryan, right? So they both kind of they were both equal in the fact that they had people for them and against them.
Yeah.
But low-key, Ryan's making Haney look like the good guy.
Oh yeah.
Like Haney's the professional and Ryan is like just the troll. So now he's like in a weird spot. I thought initially he was owning the heel. He was owning that he's the bad guy, you know, like in wrestling. And fuck it, I'll be the bad guy. But now it's just veering off.
Now it's something.
Do you feel like I mean, obviously, like any fist fight is ego based, right? Like I'm a bigger man, or I beat your ass.
Yeah.
But do you feel like this is only like at some point it got too ego?
I think it was an ego death, and it's big on it. You know,
That's hating, by the way.
we see him fighting constantly, and it was like how you said, it's something that he's platform and he's in a pedestal, and he doesn't feel like, oh, he reached that mountaintop. Okay, what's next? But I always think like with these fighters, it has to do a lot with their head. They're not in. We talk about like different fighters. Oh, I was in my head too much, or I wasn't listening to my corner. That's all within your head. Yeah. With Ryan, I think it's like he lost that first fight with Tank. Everyone was like, oh, he's not gonna have a career after that. But you can have Alice, you can have losses in your career. But what ends up happening is that he has such a big ego.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
It's his identity.
Yeah.
The
King
person
Ryan.
You guys know as Ryan Garcia is his identity. So he's having a problem with now that's not his identity anymore.
I'm not the undefeated fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
And he wasn't always King Ryan. He was Ryan the Flash. Before he was king, he was Ryan the Flash. Now we have King Ryan, but it's like, what happens when you dethrone the king?
He said that in the press conference, right? He's like, you guys don't know what it's like to be.
I think that was the really shit that he has said in this whole
and
thing.
people like look past it.
Yeah,
people were like, yeah, whatever.
I'm 25 and I'm a millionaire. Of course I'm a fucker. What would y'all do with 25?
Yeah.
At 25 with all this money.
And everybody, like, I think it really gets to them that people are saying, like, you're on drugs. I really don't think he's on drugs.
I don't think so either.
You don't have to be on drugs to be out of your mind, you know? And that's not like poking fun at him.
No,
that's like,
it's a crisis. It's a fucking episode. And we all go through that.
I've been out of my mind before.
Are we rooting for him? Are we not? It's just too much back and
You gotta
forth.
give this
I don't even want to see the fight, to be honest. Like, and that's not to say I don't think them two would make a great fight. It's
They're
like
great
I don't
fighters.
think he's in the
They're
state.
great fighters.
No, they're great
Yeah,
fighters.
I would want to watch.
And you would
them.
have to think he's not. There was motherfuckers doing drugs, fighting. Like
Yeah.
Tyson was fucking doing drugs and then fighting.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers get
Plenty of them.
Yeah. But like even the comparison with him and Oscar, I would pay a lot of attention to that. I would look for those people as my mentors because they went through some shit, and only another boxer can tell you how to go through it.
Yeah.
Like even when I say this is very reminiscent of Oscar, it's because he's had to hide some shit and it affected his career, and no one can advise him like someone like that has been through it.
Even
Pretty
Bernard
Boy.
Hopkins.
No, Pretty Boy. Fucking all the girls want you. You're young. You're fucking successful. Like you have everything at the tip of your fingers. You also have a family. You also have people rooting against you. You're also Mexican American, but your Mexican fans aren't claiming you. You're not good enough for a lot of Mexican fans. Like all of that stuff is something that Oscar can help him with.
Yeah.
But he has to be open and Oscar has to be open.
Yeah. It's important to have that type of person in your corner.
Hell yeah.
And you just blew my mind with that one because also if you think about a Canelo actually from Mexico, that's like the Cesar Chavez that everybody loves. Canelo, everybody loved Chavez at the time.
Yeah.
And then to compare to, to Oscar.
To the Mexican American. Like my biggest mentors are people that I know, like I can say, how was it like this? Because I'm going through it right now. Because no one can guide, the social media can't guide Ryan.
Yeah.
Of course not.
I love his mom and his dad, but I love his mom. but they can't guide him. They're not the people that are going through it. It has to be somebody that is like that, has been through that. You know what it reminds me of more than anything? Britney Spears. And not to say Ryan is Britney, but there was a point where we knew Britney to be sane, fully there, and you can't say that she's fully there now. Something happens there, and maybe it's drugs, maybe it's not, maybe again it's just a crack in your mental state. It's not because of a blow to the head. You've seen it in people around you. If you've ever known someone and damn, I remember them in school, fuck, they're going through this shit. That happens. Motherfuckers go through loss. They go through trauma. They might go through drug shit. They might go through some real fuck shit. And that alters who you are.
Oh, yeah. Forever.
You know?
Permanently. That's the sad part. Like I've gone through it with my mom. It's like she's not.
It's just altered.
It's just she's never like gonna kind of be the
same-
mom
yep.
that I grew up with. You know.
And there's nothing like it's just really tough because imagine that being spotlight.
Everybody putting a spotlight on it. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's seeing all this. But no, I really think like Ryan is going through something. Like it's not that he's. I really, really did think honestly, Letty, that he was trolling, and it was all nothing but for the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, there is some truth to it. But I don't think he's doing drugs. I really think this fool needs help, like honest help. That somebody actually gets him and like tells him like, hey, okay, let's talk about it. Let's see what's going on.
I do think that they are.
Yeah. And it's tricky because I just thought like, okay, just cancel the fight. He shouldn't be fighting. But what's the alternative? Because then he's going to have just all this free time. At least right now he's in camp. He's focused. He's around people that are holding him accountable, right? So it's like, is that not the best place for him? Probably.
I was going to say, if you guys were his team, would you guys cancel the fight and maybe focus on getting his mental state, or it still add that weight
Well,
to
even
him?
Ryan stepped away from boxing for mental health, and everyone clowned him because everyone's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
People are pieces of shit.
We didn't take it serious.
No,
Yeah, you just reminded me. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
he took a step back for his mental
Yeah.
health, and everyone clowned him for that. So there's no way, like he won't
no
win
way to
in the
win.
public opinion ever.
Yeah.
You don't think that now it's different, especially with all this like stuff that's been going out, that people will be more accepting if he does take a mental break?
I think they'll judge him for it. They'll say that he was doing this to avoid the fight with
Or
Haney.
trolling or yeah.
No, you have a point.
Yeah.
But I do think that him just being on some type of regimen, some plan, is helpful for him.
It's better.
And if he's isolated, that's helpful for him. He's not isolated from everyone. He's not in a room alone.
That's what I thought.
No, he has people around him. He has, and just the making sure that the certain professionals are around him. And then low key, you see, we're seeing this it's in our fucking face. Look at Kanye. Like all that shit happens. This was a genius, and then it turned crazy. Like there's the thin line. We can't like one without understanding the risk of it turning into the other one.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening with Ryan. And I am just very heavy on it's you if you say something, you have to understand what part you're playing.
Yeah.
So I'm very like you have to understand what part you're playing in his story or what can get to him, or you think like, oh, it doesn't matter or anything of that nature. Look what someone else saying something about you can do to you.
Yeah.
Look what your parents saying something, somebody down the street, someone in your comments, now add that tenfold. I know DoKnow, you're incredible at like brushing off haters.
Yeah.
But like motherfuckers are out there to fucking poke a hole.
Yeah.
They're just as bad.
Yeah.
How dare I try to judge this fool? Is how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm really concerned.
Yeah.
Super concerned.
And
I don't think it's cool what he's done. But am I adding to it?
yeah. And I think
We just gotta add. Are you adding to that? Are you helping?
Yeah. We've tried to avoid this conversation for a long time. We're like, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. And like to your point, like similar to Kanye, it's like, a lot of people don't have sympathy for winners. It's like somebody's really successful. It's like, nah, you'll get over it. You're a millionaire.
Yeah, you're privileged.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Get over it. But it's like winners and losers, it's so subjective.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can just look at that person. That person's a winner. That person's winning.
Yeah.
Doesn't change anything with what happened to him in his life, what's going on currently, how he feels inside, what trauma he was passed down from his parents and his grandparents and stuff like that. So it's like, but everybody will just be like, no, you're a winner, bro. Get over it. Come on,
Yeah,
you're
because
good.
they only see the exterior. They only see the outside. They don't see the inside, what's really going on within him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really think, like, I like the perspective you gave me, Letty, because I really thought, again, that it was all promo.
At face value, it can seem that way.
Yeah, and
You know
then
what I'm
I
saying?
honestly started thinking, I'm like, this is starting to become like the boy that cried wolf, to the point where people are not going to, like, even look at you anymore.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
But I will say that him alone promotes this fight. What's crazy is like, I understand Haney has a belt, but Ryan sells tickets.
Yeah.
Ryan sells
Like
tickets.
the name alone. people
Ryan
know him.
Garcia, even with Tank, Ryan sells tickets. And I love Tank as a fighter. I would go to any fucking Tank fight, period. But add Ryan in the mix, and that shit is fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think he didn't have to do all this.
Yeah.
No.
So then if he didn't have to do all this, what is this about? And I think just on my end, understanding that this shit is a struggle, this shit is hectic. They've been through a lot of shit. Their bodies are going through it. Like even in just losing weight, right? Imagine us losing weight. What we'd have to do. Imagine making weight, all of that.
Yeah.
The sacrifices you have to make. Look how you get when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Hangry.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and add that to a disciplinary thing. Now you have to work out. Now you have to be this and all of that. I think that's going to fuck with anybody's brain and head and spirit and mentality. Doesn't okay the shit that he said. And just like that one fool told him, you have to, if you're going to bring these allegations, you have to do it in a cohesive manner or like where people can comprehend what the fuck you're saying. And you're just kind of blabbing.
Yeah.
That's also a symptom of some shit going on in here. Yeah. Look at fucking Britney Spears' captions.
Yeah.
On her
The
fucking
dancing,
post.
the videos, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But look at us watching and laughing and clowning and fucking commenting shit. And fucking putting a song behind her or fucking dancing with knives. But how much at fault are we at for that too?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Damn. You ever wish you could just like put him in a room and just maybe just like put a cool movie on? Just get high
like,
with
hey,
them?
bro.
Like
Hey,
hug
fool.
him, cry with him, and be like,
Maybe not. Like I suck at when other people are crying. So if that fool just starts crying, I'll probably just stare at him and like,
you'll make him feel uncomfortable.
no, I won't make it feel uncomfortable, but like
I feel like you'll just start dancing.
I'll just like reflect it and throw a joke that maybe we could both laugh
He's
at.
so
Like,
cute.
but like Nick, I'll just be like, I'll also be like, hey fool, like you need your ass beat real quick, like by like 4 other homies, you just gotta beat the shit out of you real quick.
He'll probably fight you on.
And then I know he's a really good fighter.
Yeah.
But
like,
Sean,
so he
his
could feel
brother,
better about
his
himself, he's
brother
like,
was like talking crap
just
about him
knocked
on
fools
his
out.
Instagram.
Yeah.
But like
It was
fool,
sad.
like yeah, feel like we'll beat the shit out of you real quick and then like eat Tommy's after. That's
That's love.
like
That's love.
I there's like a thing I've always wanted to do when I see like rich, hella famous people just go crazy.
Yeah.
I just be like, damn, I think I know a way I can help you. Like just
lock
like
him in the room?
And no, just like come kick with me and my friends. Like we're
DoKnow's
cool.
method.
Yeah, like, cause I think a lot of the problem too is like a lot of these fools stop being normal after a while. And I get it, right? All this money's like success, but like my mom always tells me something, and like she sees like all the things I'm doing, and obviously I'm nothing at that level, right? But like she's always like, mijo, like always never forget what makes you happy.
Yeah.
So like bro, like there's like I think I got one of the homies texted me like, hey bro, we might start a water polo league next month, and I was like, oh fool, I'm there, when dog,
That's on you.
and they're like, fool, we don't know yet, but if you want to play, I know you're busy. I'm like, fool, fuck, I'm busy. Where are we? And it's like far as shit.
Right.
But I'm down to drive an hour every week or to just get my head out of like I'm in the softball league, the fucking the adult one in Downey. That's just cool. Like
Well, that keeps you like quote unquote normal, right?
Like you still gotta do like cool shit. Like every night I play Call of Duty as like with all my homies and we just sit there and talk. And I just think a lot of these people, like and obviously like a Britney Spears, was like, fuck, fool, you're like
She's
All
the
eyes
biggest
on
pop
them.
star though in the world.
and she could like, let's think about like all the things, and you're like, damn, you're like, you trip out, right? And you're like, what if like and then this is sometimes where I be thinking about stupid ass shit, but I'll be like, damn, what if there was a law where you can ask people at this level, like for
certain
pictures,
questions?
like no, for
yeah,
pictures
yeah.
throughout like let's say like at a certain time if they're eating, it's against the law for like, you know, let's just say
like, there's protections for
yeah,
them.
like and like I said it, and
But you know what's fucked up?
but then that's
That-
singling them out.
No, that people will say they asked for this.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
yeah.
that's the cost of
and
this.
it's just like, no, it's not. Like I just want to create shit.
Yeah.
You
So,
know what I'm saying?
So that's why I get it. That's why I'm like, Pops, like some of the shit it is kind of smoked out and you deserve your ass beat.
Yeah.
You're back on Cheetos after Tommy's, some taquitos, whatever the fuck, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but and then some of the things I'm doing is like, fool, people are human, dick, and mental health is real.
Yeah.
So all I'm like as much as we talk shit, I hate Ryan at some points,
Mm-hmm.
but like
But his trolls, the things that he said.
no, and
Before
I
all
hate
this.
him in a funny way. I don't think he's
Yeah.
a bad fucking person.
Okay.
And like, but also you never really kick a dog. It's bad to kick a dog when they're down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
like
You're
if
not
they're
helping
up
at
and
all.
then and like I'm pretty sure if Ryan was sitting right here, he'll be talking shit back to us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like right here is where you're like, fool, never mind. Like let's try to figure out how to help you so we go back to talking shit now.
Or understand when it's not for you to say shit. That's how I feel. Like I understand that I can give you guys fucking opinions on the sport, but I'm not a mental fucking health professional.
Yeah.
None of us.
Why are we? What in us gives us any type of credibility to talk about who's on drugs, who's on mental health? Why? What gives me the credibility? What gives you the credibility? What gives you the credibility? To talk about somebody or what they're going through or diagnose them or say that this is that. What? You right now probably have a mental fucking health crisis. You right now are probably going through some shit. It's not on me. It shouldn't be. I have no authority to talk like that. And that's what upsets me. Like, I know that these are topics, and clearly we talk about it because we're a fucking podcast to talk about stuff. But I just think naturally, for me, when I look at him and what he's going through, I think of his mom, and I look at it from a mom's perspective at the press conference. As they were talking, Devin Haney was kind of like going at like this was going through it. I don't know what type of either like who raised him or whatever. The mom is standing up, and I could genuinely see that she was like, my son's just going through a storm right now. Like everybody in the Bible has a testimony, and it's true. No one in the fucking Bible are saints. No, except Jesus was born. Like all these motherfuckers are prosties and fucking pimps and murderers and killers and all that shit that got reformed.
Shout out to prosties.
Yeah, no, but that's what it is in the Bible. Like you need that part to have your like to become that.
For sure.
And I think when I see her, she genuinely, I'm looking at her and I'm like, she really feels like her son is going through
That's her baby.
So even if he's playing, in her eyes, he's going through some shit, and no one can tell like a mom. I saw my kids as little kids growing up, being a person on that stage, and y'all are look at this room full of motherfuckers heckling him. I'm gonna be the mom in me takes over, like, and I'm seeing her yelling like he's going through a storm, like how dare you go, like we all go through shit. Your dad was a pimp to Devin Haney. That like no one's going at you guys like how you guys are coming at my son, right? And her stuff was very reactive. The dad is way también, but the mom, I could genuinely see her, and that's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. This motherfucker has not done right. This motherfucker needs help, but fuck, who the fuck am I? That also goes through shit. That also needs help. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who made us fucking angels and them demons?
Yeah, so the mom, señora, take over.
Yes. And I feel like she's tried to, but this is a 25-year-old. If your mom wants to take over, but you say no, if you close the door, you don't answer her calls, tampoco.
Well, like
You're closing her out.
To DoKnow's point, it's like when he's like, oh, you know what? He needs to, like, DoKnow's method, like, he needs to get beat up and then go eat, with his homies or whatever, eat Tommy's. Like, that just made me think, like, who are Ryan's friends? Like
besides like the business part of
it,
who are his real
actually,
friends?
what's his circle? And has he gotten so famous and successful that he's alienated all the people around him?
I don't know if he doesn't have. Yeah, I don't know if he doesn't have a circle.
Me neither.
Derek's like, hey, fool, you want to fucking be a troll? We're gonna throw this bag, homie. Throw this fucking gym bag right here. Punch this shit 1,000 times until I tell you to stop. Well, Ryan, we pray for you, papito. Live it up. Live it up. Hope.
Get better. Get well soon.
Kick it with your kids. Take them to fucking
take his phone away. We don't need to see all that
Go
stuff
kick
either.
it with your homies from 6th grade and like I don't know, just do backflips and go to jungle gym or something. I don't know.
Go to
do something normal.
Go to
be a kid again.
Go to Victorville and fucking
go to Victorville, go to Baker's or something.
Yeah, go fucking
go ride a horse.
I love the like definitely deserves probably an intervention. But then also, we were the same people that said free Britney. And then now we're seeing why she may have needed somebody to...
Yeah.
In order to take his phone away...
The thing about Letty, she has too many good perspectives. You're like...
But in order to take
I'm like this.
Angelica, in order to take his phone away, I would have to have control of him.
And then
he's his own person. If I want to take your phone away, can I? No, that's your phone. That's your shit. But if I fucking sign up to be your fucking legal caretaker or whatever the fuck, that now because you're too crazy, now you have no control. Now I can take your phone away, but look what I just did to you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's helping.
It was free Britney to a better caretaker.
That should have been that.
Yeah.
Probably should have been that.
We should have been a little more specific.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, fool. I hope everything comes out good. Suck it easy. Dead ass, like, suck it easy in a very lovable way, fool. Like,
that's like DoKnow's,
respectfully.
Yeah.
With love.
Te la mamaste. Bye.
Bye.